Hello everyone, welcome to this next linked questions. So the first part of this linked question has been done in the previous video. So what was its answer? When we have evaluated the residue of the function f at the point at the isolated singular point. So the isolated singular point was z is equal to iota, which was present in this upper half plane. So the residue of this function f of z evaluated at the point z is equal to iota was minus 1 upon 2e. This was from the previous video. So now in this video they are asking what is the Cauchy principal value of this integral. So now notice that this integral is evaluated from minus infinity to infinity of x. So that means we are talking about this real x's only. So this x's when evaluating from minus infinity to plus infinity. So in order to cover this whole, the integration is being performed onto this x-axis. What we can do, we can convert this corresponding integral into the variable z. So we'll replace this x by z. So we would have sine z divided by z and then z square plus 1. Now whenever you have in any kind of integrals having limits from minus infinity to plus infinity and you see there is a sine z or cos z appearing in that, so what you can do, you can take the integral e to the power iota z of whatever term present in the denominator, so that in the end what you can do, you can just replace this e to the power iota by the corresponding expression cos z plus iota sin z. So you can have the value of either of these two, either of this if you are asked to calculate the integral of either the first term or the second term, you just take this particular integral so that at the end you can evaluate the real and imaginary parts to obtain whatever is asked in the question. In the current case they are asking the sine term, so in effect what we are doing here is we will take this particular integral in the very starting and we will perform this integration over C. Now look at this. What is C? We have considered C to be a semicircular arc of radius r, capital R, defined as follows. So here if you see this function e to the power iota z divided by z, z square plus 1, what are the singularities of this? The singularities are obtained when the denominator is substituted equal to 0. So you have singularity at the point 0, you have singularity at the point iota, and you have singularity at the point minus iota. Now in this particular region, if you take whole of this semicircular arc, so now you see this point would obviously come into the semicircular path, this if you take this to be the whole. So this is present in the region and this is also present in the region, but this singularity is not present in the region. Why? Because that this lies in the lower plane, right? Lower y plane. So what we can do about this singularity, we can indent our circle like by drawing this curve from minus small r to capital small R and naming this to be small gamma, right? And we have named this upper curve by this capital gamma. So in effect your C becomes, when if you start from this point, so your C becomes, we are traveling in the anti-clockwise direction, so you will cover this whole curve. That means you are covering gamma in the anti-clockwise direction, and then you will cover on this particular real axis from minus r to minus r to minus small r, and then you will cover this gamma. So here it would be this gamma, right? And then it would be from plus r to capital plus R, so it would be this one. So here your C is converted into this form. So here just see this form, that you can write integration over the closed curve C of this particular function is now converted into this 4 terms as I have just discussed with you. Moreover, you can write this integral to be in another form. So suppose if you just take this particular semicircle and you have indented it, right? So if you take, if you wanted to directly calculate the integral, what would be that? It would be calculated using this Cauchy residue theorem, and it says that you have the value of the integral that is equal to 2 pi iota multiplied by the sum of residues present in that particular region. So here we only have singularity at the point z is equal to iota. So here we will calculate the residue at the point z is equal to iota. So using the previous part, we have already calculated the residue of this function at the point iota. So that value is minus 1 upon 2e. So we have just substituted the value. So from 1 and 2, you can equate this whole thing equal to this whole thing. And now we can evaluate this thing. Now you must be thinking that in the question we were asked to evaluate this particular integral from the limits minus infinity to plus infinity, and we do not have any such limits here in equation 1 and 2. So to answer that question, what we will do in the end, we will just replace this, we'll just make this r tend to infinity such that this point would go at some point infinity. So in effect you will cover whole of this complex plane in effect. So let us just for the timing assume these things, right? And so in order to solve these integrals, we have two results. First result says that if the modulus of any function is less than equal to m divided by r raised to power k, where this m and this k both are constants and this k is particularly strictly greater than 0. And what is this r? This is the modulus of the complex number z. Then in that case, limit r goes to 0, the integration over gamma e iota mz f of z dz is 0. So here in this case we have, what is gamma? Gamma is the semicircular arc and m is any positive number. This m is any positive number. Here in our case m is equal to 1. So and the modulus of the function 1 upon z square plus 1 is obviously bound. This function is bounded, right? Because these terms are present in the denominator. So the integral of this particular gamma, our gamma is also similar. It would be similar to this one when we take r approaches to 0. Small r approaches to 0. So in effect this last term becomes 0. So now talking about this second term, we have this result, another result. They say if AB be any arc whose angle is between alpha and beta of the circle mod z is equal to r, then in that case, if this thing is equal to k, then the integral evaluated along that particular curve comes out to be this particular quantity, iota into beta minus alpha into k, where the integration is being performed in anti-clockwise direction. So here in the particular case, what is gamma? Gamma is defined from this point to this point. So in effect, if you measure the angle, your angle would be from 0 to pi, right? But that angle would be measured in clockwise direction. Here we have gamma defined in the anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, this particular integral, what would it be? It would simply be iota beta the value is iota beta minus alpha into k. Iota as such, the value of beta minus alpha. Now because your integral is in clockwise direction, so you will place one minus sign and then pi minus 0. And then let us evaluate what is this k. So for evaluating k, we have to evaluate this expression limit z goes to 0, z into f of z is equal to k. So just substitute f of z over here. So you will get k as 1. So you'll substitute this k over here. So you'll have the value of this integral as minus iota pi. So in effect, this integral become minus iota pi, right? So now now substituting this particular value over here in the left hand side, and then the right hand side would become, if we let r tends to infinity and small r tends to 0, in that case we would basically be covering, this portion would be really small, and we would basically be covering whole of this complex plane. When you make r goes to infinity, this whole plane would be covered, right? So the value of this evaluated from equation number 1 is this one. Now when r goes to infinity and small r goes to 0, this becomes minus infinity to 0, and this becomes 0 to infinity. So we can combine these limits, so it would be minus infinity to plus infinity d of x, and then the values of the integral evaluated over small gamma is minus iota pi, and that of over capital gamma is 0. So we are left only with this term. So now you can club all these terms, and so with us we have this expression. Now, as I have already told you, you can write this particular expression to be minus infinity to plus infinity sine of x dx divided by x square plus 1 iota times plus integration minus infinity to infinity cos x dx divided by x square plus 1. Now you can equate the real and imaginary parts. So this particular thing would be equal to this integral. So that is what we were intended to calculate in this particular question. So the value of this particular integral comes out to be pi into 1 minus e to the power minus 1. So that is our answer. So let us have a look at our options. So from here, let us see our options. So from here, you can see clearly that option B is the correct option. Well, that is it for this video. I know this is quite long video, but the concept used in this question is quite important, and you must see the logic behind this. Well, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching.